Now, day after BJP suspended Kirti Azad, the party's Mardarshak Mandal, led by veteran leaders LK Advani, met today at Murli Manohar Joshi's residence. This at a time when Kirti Azad revealed two new pieces of information. The first, that BJP's Subramaniam Swamy will help him file his reply to the BJP leaders, and that he has more information, but because it will damage someone personally, he will not share it. I have Rahul Srivastav joining me now. Rahul, I have many questions for you. I don't know where to start because of the situation, but I will start with what we are hearing about that meeting at Murli Manohar Joshi's residence. Do we know what was discussed there?
Amitoj, very little is known about what transpired in that meeting because all the leaders who had come to meet Mr. Murli Manohar Joshi, LK Advani, Yashwant Sinha and Shanta Kumar, all BJP veterans, left without making any comment. But primarily, if we look at what has transpired over the last few days, primarily one can assume generally that this meeting was to do with the kind of battle which broke out between Mr. Kirti Azad, the party, and Mr. Arun Jaitley, the finance minister, and the subsequent action of suspending Mr. Kirti Azad from the primary membership of the party with immediate effect, which happened last night. And is it just a coincidence that during his interactions with the media after the suspension, Mr. Kirti Azad did invoke the Margdarshak Mandal, that it should step in and sort out the issue and look into it. Now this, what met here is not the Margdarshak Mandal. Margdarshak Mandal is an advisory body which was created in 2014 when Narendra Modi and Amit Shah took charge of the party. And at that time, most of the other leaders who were called the veterans and elders of the party were pushed into an advisory role called the Margdarshak Mandal, of which Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Rajnath Singh and others are members. Two members of the Margdarshak Mandal, LK Advani and Murli Manohar Joshi, met two others. And this is the same group which couple of months ago had met to issue a statement in the wake of the Bihar loss, and at a time when the BJP was contemplating action against rebels like Shatrughan Sinha and others, who clearly, as the party felt, had indulged in anti-party activities. Now, after Kirti Azad's suspension, this is a more logical thing. Perhaps it also indicates that Kirti Azad, when he took on the party, took on the finance minister of the country, did have a tacit backing of certain sections and factions within the party. And that is why, if you notice, this week on Tuesday, when Prime Minister defended Arun Jaitley at a parliamentary party meeting, at that time, Prime Minister had invoked LK Advani's case in the Hawala scam. And he had said that he had come out of the case clean. But the fact also remains that somewhere the Prime Minister was indicating that elders led by people like LK Advani, if they have some kind of a tacit backing being provided to Mr. Kirti Azad, they should back off, because at that time the party was tolerant to the charges being faced by Mr. LK Advani.
Right, Rahul, I have a number of questions for you also, because I know that you can only throw some light on this, keeping your experienced mind in terms of the BJP politics. So I'm going to throw all those questions at you. How tricky is the situation for the BJP with Subramaniam Swamy helping Kirti Azad, and Kirti Azad this morning saying, can the party tell him when and who he met in the opposition specifically? And also, is the BJP now all set to suspend or considering actually suspending actor politician Shatrughan Sinha from the party? And also finally, Kirti Azad seemingly backtracking yesterday when he said that he has information, but that could damage someone personally, so he won't give it out. So can you throw some light on all these questions, because these are emerging?
Amitoj, first, action against Shatrughan Sinha, slightly difficult, not as easy as Kirti Azad, because in the Bihar theatre, in the election theatre, at that time, Shatrughan Sinha was not the lone voice of dissent or rebellion. At that time, people like RK Sinha and others also are involved. So party will have to take a wider decision on what to do with leaders who had breached the party line. So Shatrughan Sinha's case might take definitely much more time. Now, the second question, Kirti Azad, what next? The BJP, what does it do? The BJP must have accounted for all that Kirti Azad may do in the coming days. One factor that the BJP has done is not expelled him. It has not expelled him because a suspended member of party, though may go ahead and hold press conference and level charges, but eventually remains tied inside parliament to the party line. He is not an independent MP. If you are expelled, you become an unattached member of parliament. You retain your membership of parliament, and you can take a line against your erstwhile party. But as a suspended member, if you breach the party line, in case you defy a whip, the party can go to the speaker and you can actually lose a membership of the house. So the BJP is keeping a bit of a leash on Mr. Kirti Azad. But Kirti Azad himself is, as you who has done sports for a very long time and have interacted with him, was an aggressive cricketing all-rounder and has turned into an aggressive politician. For the last 9 years, he has been carrying out a campaign. And also one should remember that none of the party presidents have acted against him despite all his public utterances. The fact remains that the BJP is bracing for what Kirti Azad can do. The other question is the fact that what next vis-a-vis Mr. Subramanian Swamy. When Mr. Kirti Azad was served the suspension order, it was not an usual suspension order which comes with a show cause notice in which you have to reply and others. So Mr. Kirti Azad's reply at this moment will not be part of any larger debate within the BJP. Even if he does reply to the party, that his suspension is a complete order which has been served on him, that he stands suspended with immediate effect from last evening, which means that there is no reply which has been sought from him. If Mr. Subramanian Swamy is joining hands with him, then it's definitely more bad news for the government. And I would say that also for the finance minister, primarily because these are the people, it seems the ganging of the people are all those people with whom Mr. Jaitley has been at political odds for a very long time. And that is why with these people like Subramanian Swamy, Kirti Azad, Jeth Balani defending Mr. Kejriwal, Gopal Subramaniam heading the inquiry by the Delhi government in the DDCA, all these are factors getting loaded against Mr. Arun Jaitley. One will have to wait and see how Mr. Jaitley and the BJP respond to it.
Thanks so much for that, Rahul. That's a lot of information to take in for anyone who's tuning into our show. Thanks so much for that. We're going to now actually show you and give you a sense of what Kirti Azad has been talking about this morning. What did he really say to the BJP leaders? What was his message to the Prime Minister? Listen in.
Lot of harm has come to my family, yet I have stood by the truth. I shall stay by the truth. If speaking the truth is a crime, I'll turn a criminal 1,000 times. But I would want to know specifically from my chief that kindly the allegations that has been leveled against me and I have been suspended, I may kindly be given specific instances of my having broken party discipline.